Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for checking out my channel, learning about my journey and learning about my story. Welcome back to another video. It's been a bit of a weird week actually with the weather here. I like to keep you guys updated with the forecast obviously. If you want to come to New Zealand, it's good to watch my videos and keep yourself updated. Maybe not, maybe, I don't know. The one thing I really want to talk about really, which this video is all about, is about taking small steps as an adoptee with searching for your birth family or birth parents. Now obviously everybody is different. Not everybody wants to search for their birth family or birth parents. It's completely your own decision. I never want to tell you to go and search for your birth family or birth parents. I'm not all about that. This video is for those who want to search for them, what small steps you should take, and don't rush into anything as well. Now I'm speaking from my own experience, my own story, and I really want to put it out there for adoptees who are trying to search for their birth family or birth parents, siblings as well, all of that as well. There's a lot of things that you really need to think about first prior to searching, and a lot of things that I'm going to talk about that I didn't really think about until later on. Now of course we are very curious as adoptees. We want to, for those who want to search for birth families or birth parents, of course, we're very curious. And during my teenage years, I was very curious about my birth parents in Russia. I was always very interested about Russia itself. And of course, I wanted to go over there as soon as possible, as soon as I could, and really try and connect with my birth family. Now, I started searching for my birth parents when I was 20 years old, and it was really quite something that was really overwhelming for me. Everything happened very fast, and I wish it actually did go a little bit slower with information. One thing that is very important in particular is the information side. You might be overwhelmed with information, everything happens very fast, and you might not know what to do, and you got to take everything in as slowly as possible. I always say take your time, and when you feel like you're ready to do what you need to do for the next step, you'll feel like it's ready. I always believe that, and I always say that. So when I started my search for my birth parents in Russia when I was 20 years old, I looked through information on my birth parents. I had their names on paper only. I only had names, remember this, and my birth father's name was all made up on my documents. Of course, I didn't realize that until later on, and doing the search for my birth mother was what I did first, and really everything happened within a week of tracking down my birth mother. Now that was very overwhelming. A lot of the things you can't control as an adoptee with the search, a lot of the stuff comes thrown at you. It happens quite often. You know, it can be different for everybody. Every story is different. It can take a week, it could take a few years, it could take a long time for some to actually find some information about your family from where you come from. Now this is not just for people adopted from Russia. I'm speaking everywhere, and I'm just trying to give some advice there and try and help out with taking the small steps and why I believe it's important to take small steps. Now one thing that I really did want to talk about, of course, is being open and honest with people prior to the searching, all of that stuff, but of course it's your own choice, and a lot of the time, you got to think about all the things you really want to do as well. If you're just interested and you're really keen to make things happen, please do have a think about it, plan everything, and do think about what you would like to do with your journey, with your search, all of that. Now, one thing that I did in particular was talk to my parents, of course, about it all. Everybody is different once again. I'm not saying for you to directly talk to your mum and dad or your family. It's your choice, but I always wanted to be open and honest with my parents about what I was doing, because if you do find something and you don't say anything, you never know what can happen. Now, I'm just speaking from from other people's stories and experiences. It's good to have that trust with your family. And I know that some people, not everybody in the world, not everybody who is adopted always has a great relationship with their parents. I understand that, and I'm sorry if you have that problem with your parents and you're having a hard time, bad connection, bad relationship, all of that. You need to talk to a close friend or somebody that can help you and support you along the way. Obviously, when you get to, say for example, go to Russia or Romania, or if you're from the Ukraine or adopted from wherever you are, it's always good to have that support by your side. I always say that, and when I speak about my videos, I speak from experience, and because I have a passion for this and connecting adopted people around the world, whether it's siblings, birth parents, or even just adoptees connecting with each other. That's what I'm Adopted is all about. So with my birth mother, I tracked her down, and everything happened within a week. I started to call her, I started to talk to her on Skype, phone calls, all of these things. That was happening very fast. And I do understand that you need to take the small steps with that. I didn't rush into anything. I was wanting to grow the connection with my birth mother first, grow the contact. Now, if you get in touch with your birth family or siblings overseas or anything like that, it's always good to start that connection slowly, whether it's online, through letters, all of that. Start the connection slowly, start to build a relationship, so then when you go there, you can know, or when you go to meet them, you know that you know, you've built that relationship with them and you have a bit of a sense of what they're about. I believe that's a big thing when you're connecting with your birth families. It's like you're meeting somebody for the first time. You don't know what they're about. You want to get to know the person, and that is a big thing when you're reaching out to your birth family. You already know your family, obviously, your birth family or siblings. So that's one thing I really wanted to put out there for adoptees, and taking small steps is important. And I always say, never give up hope. This is for those searching as well. Never give up hope. And always understand that there's always something going to be out there for you guys. And just, if you can't find anything after a long time, reach out to somebody else, reach out to a community, reach out to I'm Adopted. That's what I'm Adopted is all about. Reach out to somebody who can talk to you about it and give it time, and maybe it's not the right time. I've got a perfect example of that. I started searching for my birth parents, first of all, in 2009 when I was 17 years old, and I didn't find anything. And I really thought, right, I give up on this. I'm not going to even try ever again. But obviously when I was 20 years old, down the line, almost, you know, it was 6 years later, I managed to find some information because I knew that maybe that wasn't the right time. So it all takes time for everybody, and in their own time, when you feel like it's right, it's right. Now, a lot of people ask me, what is the right age to track down your birth parents or birth families? I can't speak the right age. I do understand that maybe teenage years is too young, because you never know what to expect. You have to be prepared for anything that comes your way. And if you don't have the support there, it's always good to have the support there, and maybe wait till you're a little bit older and when you feel like it's ready. Maybe do a bit of research, plan everything, learn about where you come from, learn about the culture, even learn a bit of the language. Just get used to that first before reaching out to somebody over there. Or I'm speaking for everybody who's adopted from different countries. And take your time and understand that every story is different, and something will happen. If nothing happens, of course, talk to that person, talk to the support person who's by your side, and talk to the community. It's always different for everybody, and you just never know what you may find. A lot of people do find unfortunate things about their birth parents passing away or something like that, and it's too late for them to reach out to them. But a lot of adoptees feel that sense of closure as well, with knowing that they know what's happened and they can move on from that, but also they can revisit their culture and get used to where they come from and learn about their culture and develop that relationship with their birth country. Now, I could talk about this for hours, and obviously this is what I like to do, and I like to talk about this for adoptees, but I really do hope that does help all of you guys around the world, and I thank you guys so much for watching this. This is from my own experience, of course. Everybody is different. Of course, there's going to be people with a few negative messages maybe here and there. You can throw them at me, it's perfectly fine, but I'm just saying, take your time, respect each other, and take your time with connecting with your birth family or birth parents. Everybody is different, and I really hope that you guys can find stuff out there for those who are trying to search. Now, you can find me on Instagram, Alex Gilbert, very simple, or Facebook as well. Reach out to I'm Adopted, facebook.com/I'mAdopted.org. Please reach out to the community if you have not yet. We have a private group, a public group, all of that's there. You can reach out to people. We are in Russian, English, and Spanish for I'm Adopted, which is pretty incredible. So stories get translated. We have a big community. That's what I'm trying to do, grow the community and help as many of you around the world as possible. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, до свидания и большое спасибо. Пока-пока. Thank you so much. Спасибо большое. Пока. Thank you.